Daily news, a woman is indicted for attacking her husband with a knife. The Dallas Cowboys are getting ready for the draft, and a San Angelo business changes locations. Plus, head coach of the Central Bobcats, Kevin Crane, joins the show to talk about this year's spring football. All this plus more. I'm Yantis Green, and this is Live. But first, the Concho Valley Regional Food Bank needs your help. Join the food bank in fighting hunger and feeding hope during San Angelo Gives. Every dollar you give will equal 8 meals. Be a hunger hero today by ensuring that no one in the Concho Valley goes to bed hungry. Reach the food bank today at conchovalleyfoodbank.org or catch them on San Angelo Gives on May 2nd. And we'll start things off today in the business world. A longtime San Angelo business has moved locations. We told you back in October that a nearly $400,000 building permit was approved for the new Napa Auto Parts store in the 3000 block of West Harris. After months of construction, the store is finally open today. The new store comes with a Barron Automotive paint and equipment store as well. Napa moved out of its original location at the three-way intersection corner of Sherwood Way, West Avenue Inn, and Arden Road, there across from the old HEB. That location will become a Take 5 oil change location. Not sure about the timing on that store opening. In court this month, a San Angelo woman was indicted after she allegedly just couldn't give up on her marriage. According to court documents on April 10th, 21-year-old Michelle Rodriguez was indicted for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. The original arrest happened back in December after she and her soon-to-be ex-husband planned a meeting at a local hotel. The plan was to talk about the divorce, but it ended with Rodriguez pulling a knife and threatening to kill both of them. Luckily, the man was able to barricade himself inside a hotel room and was then able to text 911. Once police got there, things cooled down a bit, but Rodriguez admitted to making the threats. Her next court date will be this June. And if you're a Dallas Cowboys fan, then listen up. The Dallas Cowboys are ramping up for the NFL draft coming up soon. With that, Jerry Jones was reflecting on previous drafts. One in particular was Dallas running back Ezekiel Elliott. Let's watch.
A bunch of nuances that go into this running back conversation. When you start loading up, Zeke's a good football player, still a very outstanding football. I'm going to say the word outstanding football player. He's too high for us where he was. So that has a lot to do with this conversation about running back right now with us.
Good news is they seem to have a plan for this year. Ryan Chadrick broke down the Cowboys draft, and to see that list, just check out the write-up on sanangelolive.com/sports. And this cool weather is likely to stay all week. Look for specifically the next couple of days through tomorrow. They'll be a tad bit warmer. Temperatures will reach the mid 80s, and storms will blow in around the Concho Valley with things cooling down with a high of 79 for Thursday. That rain, though, isn't looking like it's going to hit San Angelo proper. It won't hit the city of San Angelo. There will be some isolated storms out there, so there's a chance. And those storms, the bulk of those storms, though, will remain east of the city of San Angelo. And finally, San Angelo's Big Texas Country Music Festival has announced plans for this year. But before we get to that, San Angelo Gives is coming up on May 2nd. With that, the Bishop Street Recovery Ranch is asking for your help. The Bishop Street Recovery Ranch is a traditional home for men where the love of Christ changes one man at a time. To contact them, call the ranch at 325-374-0413. Or, of course, look for them on May 2nd during San Angelo Gives. Now here's Matt Trammell with the biggest story of the day.
When you think of San Angelo, one of the things you think about is, of course, country music. Well, for the past few years, San Angelo's Texas Country Festival, Wild West Fest, has gotten bigger and bigger. Well, this year is no different. It was announced today that the 3-day festival will feature 22 bands such as Tyler Halverson, Braxton Keith, Case Harden, and many more. What everyone should be pumped about, though, is the headliners. This year, the top bands will be Giovanni and the Hired Guns on Friday night and Gary Allen on Saturday night. If you're interested in going, tickets go on sale this Thursday at 10 o'clock. This is going to be a hell of a show, as it usually is, and because of that, it's the biggest story of the day.
We all know it's super hard to find Super Duties. They are few and far between, but right now, you can actually find a great selection at Jim Bass, and it's perfect because it's Truck Month. So why not take advantage of the Ford Factory incentives and our great selections and make it the place to buy your next truck. Jim Bass Cars and Trucks, Houston Hardin Road, or 24/7 at bassbunch.com.
All right, I'm here with head coach of the Central Bobcats, Coach Kevin Crane. How are you feeling today, Coach?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me out. Appreciate it.
Yeah. No, it's more like thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule, because I know how busy it is, especially at this time of year. It's almost time for spring training. Of course, that starts tomorrow, correct?
That's correct. Yeah, kicking it off tomorrow, and everybody's excited. Kids are excited, coaches are excited, and so it's that time again in Texas to get ready for some football.
Oh yeah, Coach. We're all excited for it too. And of course, let's just recap last year for a second. Of course, we didn't like how the season ended out there in El Paso, but still had one of the top offenses in the state. Again, really good at tossing the ball around, really good on the ground as well. I think this is actually one of the most balanced teams that Central's had in the last couple of years when it comes to percentage of pass plays to run plays. So just to talk about your offensive scheme last year heading into this year.
Yeah, well, you know, we had a great group of seniors last year led by Tyler Hill at quarterback, and then, you know, those guys that played up front, offensive line for us as well. We had 3 seniors up front. So all of those guys will be missed, including Jacob English and some of our receivers. You know, we were pretty old at receiver. We had several seniors out there, Jaden Gibson and Jacob English and Gallegos, and so several of those guys will be gone, and they were a fun group to coach. And a great group to be around, and so we're going to miss them, but at the same time we're looking forward to the new crop of guys and seeing what they can do this spring and into next fall.
All right, and let's go to the other side of the ball now. Of course, at times we struggle, like the Bobcats struggled a little bit on the defensive side of the ball, and of course with the departure of Coach Willis, he was head coach out in East Texas, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, now. And we're bringing in basically a college defensive coordinator, which is really exciting. Like, I know I'm excited about it. Coach Jacob Martin. Just tell us a little bit about Coach Martin and not only why that's the direction that we wanted to go, but what we expect moving forward.
Yeah, first of all, we're excited for Coach Willis, who was able to become a head coach and athletic director out at Hugh Springs, which is out in East Texas. And so that was a great promotion for him, and we're excited for him. But we're also excited for the hiring of Coach Jacob Martin, who's originally from Salina, Texas, played college football at Midwestern State in Wichita Falls, then became a graduate assistant at Tarleton State in Stephenville, and then went on to coach at UTPB and was the defensive coordinator out there for 8 years. And so we're excited to get him on board and on staff, and he's already here working with our kids and installing the defense, and so obviously we're excited about that. Coach has obviously got a lot of great experience working in the college ranks, and you know, obviously playing Division II football, which is a great brand of football in the Lone Star Conference, playing teams like Angelo State, Eastern New Mexico, and so on. I mean, obviously he's got experience seeing a variety of offensive styles, you know, from Eastern New Mexico's flex bone to, you know, Angelo State kind of power run game with some great passing in there as well, to teams that throw the ball a ton. So he's seen it all, and so we're excited about that. But we're going to be kind of transitioning defenses. We've run the 4-2-5 style of defense here for a long time, ever since Coach Davis arrived back in '09. Started with my brother as the defensive coordinator, and then it went to Coach Chester, and then Coach Willis, and all three of those guys, kind of really had the same philosophy and learned from the same people, and basically it was TCU's defense. And so it's kind of funny now, we brought Coach Martin in, and it's going to be more of a three-man front type defense. And the funny thing is that the guy that he learned it from, Coach Gillespie, who was originally at Stephenville High School and then went to Tulsa, but now he's at TCU. And so it's kind of, come full circle there from TCU 4-2-5, now it's TCU's 3-3 stack. And so, we're excited. The kids are excited. They've kind of soaked it all in over the last couple of weeks since Coach Martin has arrived. And kids and coaches have done a good job jumping on board, trying to learn it. And now we just got to go rep it, try to improve it as we go this spring.
And that's awesome, Coach. That's something I didn't know. I didn't know that he learned from Coach Gillespie, so that's pretty cool. But talking about spring training that starts tomorrow, of course we're going to have a couple scrimmages and the spring game. Is that just completely open to the public, or is there certain things that you want to keep in-house before everyone gets to see the final product almost?
No, I mean, most practices are open at the beginning. The thing is they happen really early in the morning, 6:30 in the morning, so they happen early. But we have people come and watch and set up in the stands, and people enjoy doing that. We don't have a problem with it. Obviously, our spring game will be May 18th, and that will be obviously open to the public, and we hope to get as many people here as possible. We'll have our middle school will start the thing off with some 7-on-7, and we also do a lineman challenge with them starting at 4 o'clock, and then 5 o'clock our freshmen will come over and they'll scrimmage, and then at 6 o'clock our JV/varsity will scrimmage to end the night. So it'll be a full day of football there on May the 18th, which is a Thursday.
All right, awesome, Coach. And just moving right along here, do you already know a bunch of the new names that are going to become the new face of the Central Bobcats this year? Because I know we're graduating a bunch of guys this year. I know that there are several starters returning, but have you and the coaches already looked out and picked guys to fill slots, or is this one of those? It's any man's game at this point?
Yeah, certainly. We have names written in the depth chart, but it's a flowing document. It's nothing set in stone, and it's all about competition. They got to go out there and compete for those jobs. We certainly have a starting spot for them where we think they might fit in, offense, defense, and then special teams as well. We have a spot where we think they might fit in, but at the end of the day, they got to go compete and go earn it. And so, like you said, we have a few returners, but we're going to have a lot of new faces as well. And so, it's going to be important for those guys to get some good experience this spring. A lot of them had never played on a Friday night, and it's a lot different than playing on a Thursday night. So they're going to have to gain some valuable experience this spring, get a lot of reps. Hopefully we stay healthy. And, we love spring ball, and we believe in spring ball, and we think that it helps get us prepared for the fall. We kind of know what we have after the spring, and so we're excited about the process of, going through spring ball and seeing where we're at the end of it.
And of course, I know that you've probably been asked this question 100 times and you'll get asked it 100 more times, but do we have a good idea of who the starting quarterback is going to be next year? Or is that something that you have a couple guys that you're running through reps?
Yeah, kind of the same. I mean, obviously Christian English is one of them that's high up on the list, and then Colton Hill. Also both of those guys got a ton of reps this last year. Christian with the JV and Colton with the freshman, and so that's what we want. We want our future quarterbacks to get those reps on JV and freshmen. So both of those guys had great seasons last year. Christian really did a good job on the JV. Colton really did a good job on the freshman, and so both of those guys are going to get the opportunity to get in there and mix it up this spring. But it's just like every other position, it's a competition. They got to go earn it, and they got to earn the respect of their teammates and earn the trust of their teammates and their coaching staff. And it's obviously a big role and a big position. We've had a lot of great quarterbacks here in the past, and I don't see it being any different this next year.
Well, Coach, I know we are all looking forward to it, and of course, looking at the Little Southwest Conference, or District 26A, it's really a really tough district. Lots of quality athletes. Lots of good competition there. What is it going to take moving into year 3? Of course, like this is year 3 as head coach. I know you've been here for over a decade at this point. But what is it going to take in year 3 to not like rebuild, but reload and do even better than we did last year?
Well, we just got to, keep fighting and scratching and clawing to get better, really. I mean, that's kind of sounds cliche, but that's really what it's about. We got to get better. We got to get better at all 3 phases: offense, defense, special teams. We did some good things offensively last year, but, a lot of those plays were made by Tyler Hill and Jacob English and so on and so forth. Those guys won't be here this next year, so we've got to find more production out of the young guys. Whoever our quarterback is, it's got to be super productive, run game and pass game, and then we've got to find some receivers, that can make plays, down the field, catch the ball, get open, catch the ball, and then, also can block, and then O-line. We're going to have a young group up front, so we got to get those guys to mature and get ready real quick, and then defensively, hopefully. Hopefully we play better than we have in the past, and defense is hard. Defensive football this day and age is hard. The way teams spread the field and use sideline to sideline and the vertical passing game, and it's difficult. So hopefully with this scheme we can get a little bit more speed out on the field, which is going to be a big emphasis this spring. And we're excited to see how it progresses throughout the course of the spring. But obviously we're going to have to get better on defense. And then special teams last year I thought were solid. Like a lot of our games, our special teams performed really well. And one of my philosophies is to spend a little bit more time on special teams than we have in the past. And I think that we've done that in spring training more so than we've ever done it before, and I think it's been beneficial. But hopefully our special teams units continue to be solid. We put a big emphasis on it, and blocking kicks and making field goals and pinning people down on punts and having great kickoff coverage. All those things, possessing the ball on kickoff return, all those things are vitally important to the success of a Friday night. And so. Hopefully we continue to grow in that phase of the game and can be even better this next year than we were this year.
All right, Coach. Well, that sounds like I said before, I'm just excited that we get some semblance of football back. You know what I mean? So before you know it, that season's going to come around. But again, this has been head coach of the Central Bobcats, Coach Kevin Crane. Coach, thanks so much for coming on.
I appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See you later.
See ya.
Bye-bye. So long. Bye. See ya.
Adios.
Carpet Tech is hitting the highway, and we're coming to your hometown. If you live outside of San Angelo, we'll travel to you and waive the mileage fees. That's a savings of up to $200. The further away you are from our location, the more you save. Now's the time to get your carpets, hard floors, and upholstery cleaned, saving up to $200.
Bye. How was that?
And that's it for news, weather, and sports on this Tuesday. Be sure and join us again tomorrow. And if you haven't done it yet, download the San Angelo Live app. That's the fastest way to keep up with news in the Concho Valley, bar none. Thanks again, and for San Angelo Live, I'm Yantis Green.